everyone, it's Melanie and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you how to do some crochet. Yay, crochet video back. We're going to be doing a cluster and double crochet stitch lovey. And actually I made the lovey and then I sent it off to Sarah-Jayne from Bella Coco and she put the border on it. So this is a really fun collaboration. You can watch my video to see how I made the lovey portion. You can make it any size though if you want to make it a blanket, a throw blanket. I teach you the multiples that you need to have in order to make it larger or smaller. And then head over to Sarah-Jayne's channel, Bella Coco, and watch how she did the border. It is adorable. If you love my crochet tutorials, you should definitely go check out Sarah-Jayne from Bella Coco. That's the name of the channel. You will love her stuff. She has great style, great tutorials. Go over to her channel, subscribe, and tell her that Melanie sent you. I know you will love her stuff. And if you are here from Sarah-Jayne's channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. You can subscribe to my channel right here if you are not already. I would be happy to have you in my YouTube family. So for those of you that don't know what a lovey is, just a quick description. It's basically a small blanket. Something that's easy to carry in the stroller, in the car, something like that. Okay, so it's like a mini blanket. So Sarah-Jayne actually asked me when we were deciding what we were going to do, was wondering what that was, because I think maybe they call it something different in the UK. So that's what I refer to it as, just basically like a small travel size blankie. Also want to mention really quickly, this is a slightly lacy pattern, so as with anything with babies, just keep an eye on babies when you give them stuff. My only thought is maybe if little fingers can kind of get stuck in there. The holes are not too big, but I would just be remiss if I didn't at least mention it so that you were aware of that. In the description box below the video will be all the links to Sarah-Jayne's channel and all of her social links and stuff. Her Instagram is amazing. And all of the links for the instructions. I'll have a PDF download for you guys over on my website. And any other additional details, the hook I use, yarn I use, all that good stuff will be down there listed out. Now let's jump right in to the pattern. Of course, all the modifications, you will learn about that in just a moment. This cluster double crochet lacy beautifulness. Maybe you guys can help me with a better name. I'm terrible at naming things. So let's jump right into the pattern and then go check out Sarah-Jayne's video. And yeah, let's jump right in. Here is the yarn I'm going to be using. I will link below where you can find it. This is a yarn that's readily available in the UK, so I wanted to use this and show you guys how it works up. This is a little bit finer yarn than I normally use, but I think the color is so pretty. It recommends 3.25 millimeters, so I'm actually going to be using the F crochet hook, which is a 3.75 millimeter hook, and that is going to get this result. You can make lots of modifications for this. You can use a different type of yarn, you can use different hook size, so I will have all of those details as well. So in order to complete this kind of like cluster stitch here, we need to start our foundation chain in multiples of 4. So I'm going to chain 60, which I feel like is a good size for this lovey to allow Sarah-Jayne to make the border around here, but you can totally modify this. You can make a larger lovey, you can make this into a blanket, anything you like. Just make sure that the multiple on your foundation chain is 4. So I'm going to chain 60, but you could chain 64, 68, 72, and so on. So let's pull some of the yarn out from the center. Find our end. We are going to begin with our slip knot. Pull that through. Insert our size F crochet hook. Again, you can modify this with a different type of yarn if you prefer. Use the crochet hook recommended on the package and you're good to go. So we're going to start by chaining 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure that you are not making this foundation chain too tight. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you can put me on pause and chain 60 or whatever your multiple of 4 is going to be. So here's our foundation chain of 60. Now in the second chain from the hook, so the chain on the hook doesn't count, so we go 1, 2, we are going to single crochet in that stitch. Single crochet is insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops. So we've done our first single crochet. Now we're going to chain 1, skip a chain. So here's the chain where we inserted. We're going to skip a chain and single crochet in the next chain. Insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops. Okay, chain 1, skip this chain. This is where our single crochet is, so we're going to skip this chain and we're going to single crochet in this part of our chain, our foundation chain. Chain 1, skip a chain, single crochet. So continue doing that. Chain 1, skip a chain, single crochet, chain 1, skip a chain, single crochet, and continue that all the way down. All right, so one more time, we did our single crochet. We're going to chain 1, skip a chain, and single crochet in the next one. Single crochet, chain 1, and then you should be placing a stitch in the last chain. It's kind of small over here. So make sure that you are doing a single crochet in that first foundation chain so that we finish that up. And that's how it's looking. All right, now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. This counts as a double crochet. We're going to turn our work. And then we are going to double crochet in the first chain 1 space. So right here is the chain 1 space. Each time we did that chain 1. So we're going to double crochet, which is yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. There's 3 loops on the hook, yarn over 2 loops, yarn over 2 loops. So now we're going to chain 1. Now it's time to do our 3 double crochet cluster. So we've done our chain 3, which counted as a double crochet. We've done our double crochet in this first chain 1 space. We chained 1, and now we're going to place our 3 double crochet cluster in the chain 1 space. So there's our single crochet. Here's the chain 1 space. So we're going to yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops, yarn over, pull through the first 2. Then we're going to yarn over, insert our hook again in the same space, yarn over, pull through. There should be 4 loops, yarn over, pull through the first 2 only. Yarn over, going to do it again, insert into the space, yarn over, pull through. Now there's 5 loops, yarn over, first 2 only. So here you can see our 3 double crochet that are going to make up our cluster. They're not a full double crochet yet. Now we're going to yarn over, pull through all 4 of those loops to finish out that double crochet and create our cluster. So now what we do is chain 1, and in the next chain 1 space, which is here, we're going to do just one double crochet. So that's yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, double crochet. Now we're going to chain 1. Then we're going to do another 3 double crochet cluster. So see, here is our single crochet. We're going to put that stitch in here. Yarn over, insert the hook, yarn over, pull through. First 2 loops only. Yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through. First 2 stitches only. We have 3 loops on the hook still. Yarn over, insert for the 3rd time, yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, 2 loops only. We need to have 3 stitches ready to go. And then our chain 1 from over here. So we have 4 loops total. Yarn over, pull through all the loops. Now we're going to repeat that going all the way down. So chain 1, double crochet. All right, so let's finish that going all the way down. Cluster, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, cluster, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, cluster. Repeat that going all the way down. I'll meet you at the end. All right, now I've gone all the way to the end, and I ended on my double crochet, which is exactly right, but I have one other stitch here because we need to do an additional double crochet here at the end, just like we did at the beginning. So that's why we did 2 here at the beginning. All right. So no need to chain 1. We're just going to go ahead and double crochet right in that last stitch. Now we chain 1, turn our work. Now what we're going to do is do a row of single crochets and chain 1s before we do another row of the cluster double crochet stitches. So we've chained 1. We need to single crochet in this first stitch here at the top of this double crochet. So insert our hook, yarn over, pull through. All right. Then we're going to chain 1. And then we are going to insert our hook and single crochet in each chain 1 space. So there's a chain 1 space in between each of these stitches, between the cluster and the double crochet. Okay, so we need to single crochet, chain 1. It's going to be really easy because you basically just stick your hook in these holes because that's representative of the chain 1 space. So this row is super easy. Chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, it goes over here. In every chain 1 space, which is in between each of these stitches, there needs to be a single crochet. So let's go ahead and do that all the way down. All right, so here's the end of this row. Chain 1, single crochet space, chain 1, and then we should end with a single crochet at the top of this turning chain, which is exactly what we're doing. So just make sure you put your hook in between that chain so that you have 2 loops in there. And single crochet. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn. All right, so now we are going to do our 3 double crochet cluster in the next chain 1 space. So here is our chain 1 space right here. It's going to be directly on top of the double crochet. So now we're going to alternate. So there will be a cluster on top of the double crochet, and then there will be a double crochet on top of the cluster. So that will help keep everything straight. So here's our chain one space, yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops only, yarn over, insert your hook in the same chain, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, 2 loops only, yarn over, same stitch again the third time, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, 2 loops only. There should be 4 loops remaining, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, 3 double crochet cluster, chain 1. Here's our single crochet, so we need to do our double crochet here, which is directly above the cluster stitch. And then we're going to repeat this going all the way down. Chain 1, 3 double crochet cluster on top of the double crochet. So continue this pattern going all the way down to the end. Alright, so here's the end of this row. We need to chain 1, double crochet, and again there needs to be the alternating on top of each stitch. So above the cluster stitch will be a single double crochet, and above the double crochet will be the cluster. Chain 1, we need to do our last 3 double crochet cluster here. And then just like we did before, we have another stitch over here and we need to double crochet there. Like so. Each row that has these cluster stitches is always going to begin and end with a double crochet. Now we need to do another row of the single crochet and chain ones. So we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and single crochet in right on top of the double crochet. We're going to do that every time. No matter how this row looks, we're always going to single crochet right in that double crochet. We're going to chain 1 over this cluster stitch and single crochet here, just like we did before. Chain 1. So that chain 1 acts as a travel kind of over the top of these stitches, right? So we also want to make sure that we're not making those chains too tight. Single crochet. And that's pretty much it. We're going to repeat that going all the way up on your blanket or on your Lovey. You can make it however long you like. You're going to repeat everything that we did. Let me show you what it looks like when it gets a little bit larger. Here's how the Lovey is looking a little bit larger. Now Loveys, I like to make my Loveys a little bit larger than this. This actually worked up a little bit smaller than I anticipated. No big deal because they're meant to be that security blanket, right? And be easy to travel with and easy to hang on to. So you can make this however long you like. Generally, my Loveys are at least 12 inches wide. And this one measures about 11. So, you know, I was close. Generally, I like them to be at least 12 inches by however long you like. Sarah-Jayne, again, is going to put a nice border on this, so it will bump up the size a little bit. But it's totally up to you and whatever you would like to do. You can make a Lovey, you can make a blanket. You can totally customize this stitch pattern however you like. I'm going to finish up this last row, and then I'll show you how to fasten it off. And I'll show you a little bit zoomed out so that you can kind of get an idea of how this actually looks rather than so close up. All right, here we are coming up on the end. Gonna chain 1, and we need to single crochet at the top of this turning chain. Make sure you're only going through 2 of those loops there at the top. Single crochet. Now if we were going to go ahead and continue, we would chain 3, turn our work, and we would do the 3 double crochet cluster right on top of that double crochet. So it's basically just this pattern, and you can see how then the pattern alternates. You know, we have the 3 double crochet cluster, double crochet 3 cluster, double crochet 3 cluster. So that's what gives it sort of that alternating look. But I'm going to go ahead and send this off to Sarah-Jayne so she could finish it. So I'm going to leave a tail, trim my yarn. To fasten off, you just yarn over and pull it through. Give it a good tug so it's nice and secure. Now I will use a yarn needle or a tapestry needle and weave in the end so that everything is nice and finished and ready for her to start on the border. So you thread that needle and then you weave in the ends. I like to go back and forth. You basically just want everything to go back and forth and make sure that it's nice and secure. And once you've done that, you can trim off the excess tail. And do that again. Don't forget to do that with your initial foundation chain piece. And now it's ready. All right, so I'm going to go send it off to UK for Sarah-Jayne to finish the border. All right, everyone, that's it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have any questions. Don't forget to check the description box. That's a great place to get links, and the PDF download will be there. All the materials that I used. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to go check out the beautiful picot border that Sarah-Jayne put on the Lovey. I just love the way that it turned out. So, so cute. So go check out her border and go check out her channel. You can subscribe to my channel right here, and you can see my last video right up here, and right down here you can see my last crochet tutorial. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Bye!